Good morning guys, welcome back to our channel. So today I'm going to be filming a little vlog for you guys, but I'm also going to be sharing some of my top tips for keeping healthy eating interesting, because especially if you're starting your health and fitness journey, I know that the struggle can be real, especially when you've just kind of come off eating a lot of like high sugar, high processed foods. So at the moment where my diet's at, obviously we follow a more paleo style diet. These tips obviously apply to any form of healthy eating that you do, but I really personally enjoy the way that we eat. I never feel deprived or like unhappy. So I'm just going to be sharing a few of my top tips with you guys, and I hope that it helps you. This was actually a video request that we got over on Instagram. If you ever want to share some video ideas, feel free to leave them in the comments, or you can DM us over on Insta. So we are actually on our way currently to the market, so it is the weekend. Picked a bit of a funky day to film because it is raining, but my first tip is to incorporate more variety into your meals. So one really good way to do that is to head to your local farmers market, because they're going to have a lot of things that you're not going to find in your really basic supermarket, and this is kind of where we find all of our interesting things. So I'm hoping to get some radishes this morning, and we'll see what else. Okay guys, so we have just gotten home. The sweat is real. So even though it's raining here, the humidity is so high. I am sweating so badly right now. But I'm gonna show you guys what I got at the market, so I'll try and set you down somewhere. Okay, so I've got my bag here with our little market haul. So first up we got some eggs. We like to buy our eggs from a guy at the market who has his own chickens. A really great way to get better quality eggs than you're probably going to find at the supermarket, mainly because I think he only has about 400 chickens on his farm. Free range, free roaming. They obviously have more access to like bugs and things like that, which chickens would naturally eat. So that's what we got first, is just 2 packets of eggs. Next up I got some radishes. I've been loving radishes lately on my lunches. But radishes kind of add a nice bit of variety to your meals. They're kind of like a little bit spicy and they're crunchy. Highly recommend trying them if you haven't already. Next up, I found some spaghetti squashes. These have kind of become more available currently in Australia, so I've seen them at the markets a few times now. They were super cheap today, only $2. I don't know if you guys are following on Instagram, but you might have seen my horror story a few months ago. We went to the supermarket and we found spaghetti squash, and as we got to the checkout, she weighed it, I suppose, and it came to $45. So finding $2 spaghetti squash is a super bargain. And of course we didn't end up buying the $45 spaghetti squash, but that goes without saying. And then lastly we got some blueberries. So blueberries are another difficult thing to find in the supermarkets, especially if you're looking for organic or spray-free. Pretty much can only buy frozen, but sometimes you can find something at the market. So these ones are spray-free, so I'm super happy about that. And blueberries are another good one to keep on hand, especially if you're doing healthy eating, because they're kind of like nature's candy. So they taste really sweet, but they're actually a lower sugar fruit, so they're something that you can have a little bit more often, and this would be yummy. So that is pretty much everything that I got today from the market. So it's not a super huge haul, but I really just wanted to pick up a few things, and then we kind of fill in all of our gaps by going to the supermarkets. And sometimes there are different interesting things that you see and you want to try, so it's just really fun to go to the markets every now and then. You don't even have to go every single week, but maybe like a monthly thing even. So I'm gonna go ahead and make some breakfast because I'm actually quite hungry at the moment, but this is where my second tip kind of comes into play. So tip number 2 is to mix it up and keep things interesting. So make things that you actually want to eat, which sounds like common sense, but sometimes your brain can kind of play tricks on you. For example, my gold standard breakfast that I have almost every day is eggs with avocado and veggies, but today I am really craving a smoothie because, as I said, it is really hot. I've been kind of thinking about smoothies ever since it's been summer here in Australia, but I've been very lazy in buying protein powder. So this week I bought some protein powder, so this morning I'm gonna make a smoothie bowl. It's probably not gonna be as healthy as doing something that's more savory, so something like eggs and avocado, but it's still totally healthy. So I'm gonna go ahead and make a smoothie bowl. So breakfast is ready. So I have my smoothie bowl and I'm just gonna eat this, and then afterwards I think I'm just going to tidy up around the apartment because it's looking like a bit of a bomb right now, but that's what the weekend is for. So I've just topped this smoothie bowl with some coconut flakes, so some dry toasted coconut flakes for some crunch, and also some of the spray-free blueberries that we bought at the market this morning, and some chia seeds. So it's gonna be super yummy, and it's exactly what I feel like eating right now. Okay guys, so we have been running around literally all morning. We've been shopping for a gift for Nick's brother because it's his 21st coming up. So we have been running around all the shops, just gotten back home, and it's a little bit past lunchtime. It's probably almost 1 o'clock at the moment, but I'm gonna make a healthy lunch today. So my third tip for today is to get creative in the kitchen. So for example, right now I am about to make sweet potato chips, and there are so many different ways that you can use a sweet potato. So I mean, you could cut it up into small fries, you could cut it up into like thick wedges, you can do like little tiny cubes that are kind of more crispy. There's really just so many things that you can do with a sweet potato, which is like one vegetable. But today I'm actually gonna do something a bit different. So the other day I bought this nifty little knife. So this is actually a crinkle cut knife. I've never used this before. I literally bought it yesterday. So we're gonna test it out together and see if it works. Is it a gimmick? Probably, but I'm sure it's gonna be a lot of fun to try out something a bit different. So I'm gonna see how we go. Okay guys, tell me this isn't like the cutest thing that you've ever seen. This is like so satisfying. Definitely like this is not a piece of equipment that you need, but this is like literally so much fun, and I imagine this would be really good for kids as well. We'll see how they fry off, but so far I'm really enjoying this. So I've just finished cutting all of these, so I'm going to pop them onto a lined oven tray. And then I'm also going to pop on some dried rosemary, some chunky sea salt, and some coconut oil. So while the potatoes are in the oven, I'm going to move on to making a pesto. So this brings in tip number 4. So tip number 4 is to try your hand at making a few different sauces or salad dressings to kind of give your meals more flavor. So to be honest, I don't really mind anymore whether I have a lot of sauce in a meal, but I know that for a lot of people this is a really big thing. So I'm going to show you guys how I make a really simple pesto. So this is something that you could whip up on the weekend, and then you can add it to salads or whatever meals that you want throughout the week. It also goes really nicely with grilled salmon, so you could add it to dinners as well if you felt like it. So the recipe is really simple, but what you will need equipment wise is a food processor. So I'll take you through all of the ingredients that I have out here, but the whole process is really pretty simple. About 2 cups worth of fresh basil. You'll also need a few cloves of garlic, so I'm just using 2, but you could increase the garlic if you like that really garlicky flavor. I'm also going to use the juice of half a lemon. You kind of want to be careful here not to put in too much lemon, otherwise it's going to overpower all of your nice basil. So I'm using a really small lemon today. Next up, I'm going to use a few macadamias, so you could also swap this for walnuts. Any kind of nut will work well, but this is just what we have on hand today. And then I'm also going to use some olive oil. I'm just going to measure this out into our little measuring doobie and do about a half a cup, but you can kind of modify it as you go. So we'll see how we go with all of these ingredients. I've also got a recipe for a really simple pesto over on our Instagram, so if you want like an exact recipe, you can jump on over there and check it out. Oh, and one more thing. We're also obviously using some salt and some pepper. You don't want to forget that. So we're just going to basically put all of these ingredients straight into our food processor, turn it on, whiz it up, and that's pretty much it. So the pesto is all finished, and as you can tell, it's got a super psychedelic green color from all of the basil that we've used. So if you didn't want to use only basil, you can also pop in some rocket or arugula, I think you say in the USA, or you could do some spinach. So that kind of just helps to bulk it up a bit if you don't have enough fresh herbs. So the other thing that I really like about pesto is that it's a great way to just get in some fresh herbs. And of course, you can make this on the weekend and then you can use it throughout the week to make your meals really yummy and flavorful. And I'm going to be putting some of this on my lunch today. So super duper easy, simple recipe for you guys. So while our sweet potato fries are finishing up in the oven, I'm gonna get started making my salad. So I'll show you some of the ingredients that I've got out to put in my salad. So for the base of my salad, I'm gonna be using some rocket. Then I'm also gonna be popping on half of an avocado for some healthy fat. Got our radishes for a little bit of texture and for that kind of crunchy, spicy kick. I also really like to add sprouts to my meals. So this is probably not technically paleo, but doesn't really matter to me. So I'm going to be using some of these alfalfa sprouts and then maybe also some of these snow pea sprouts. I haven't really done too many of these mung beans, so I mostly stick to these two. Also going to be popping on some fresh tomatoes and of course our pesto, which I've popped into a little container. So I'll probably just put on like a tablespoon of that. And of course we've also got some protein. So today I'm just going to be doing some chicken because it's really easy to just pop onto a salad. So let's do it. Okay, so my salad is pretty much ready. So I've pretty much just whacked a big spoonful of pesto in the middle there, but you could stir that through the leaves if you kind of wanted it more mixed in. I'm pretty much just gonna mix all of this up anyway, and our chips are done in the oven, so I'm gonna pop them out and that will pretty much be it. So I'm just gonna sit outside and enjoy my lunch. So I've got my bowl here. I've just popped a few of our chips on there. They look really cool. Okay guys, so we are just about to head out the door. We're gonna go to the gym. So I think I'm gonna train upper body this time. So I'll do some arms and back. I am looking at filming a workout video at some point in the future. We'll see what happens. Let me know in the comments below if that's something that you would be interested in seeing on this channel, and I'll have a crack at doing some workout videos, but we'll see what happens. I don't think I'm gonna film today just because this video will be like a million years long, but that's what we're about to do. So I'll see you guys back here shortly. Okay guys, we are back from the gym, so my arm is probably a little bit shaky with the camera, but I'm gonna go ahead and make some dinner. So tonight I'm gonna be making a curry, and it's pretty much the same curry that we make all the time because it's my favorite one. I think I have also made this in a previous what I eat in a day video that was fairly recent. So I think you guys already have a good idea of how to make this recipe, so I won't take you all step by step through everything, but I'll give you a brief little look over all of the ingredients that I have here. If you want the full recipe, it's over on our blog and I think also on our Instagram. So to make this curry, I've got 2 eggplants, a sweet potato, a red onion, a broccoli, some garlic cloves, and then also some passata and some coconut cream. And then I've also got our dried spices. So we don't use conventional curry paste, but I'm going to be using some dried spices. So I've got a little bit of turmeric, cumin, chili powder, and cinnamon. And then I've also got heaps of cardamom seeds. So I really feel like cardamom seeds are the trick to getting a good curry. So what you actually do is you buy the cardamom pods, and then you want to squeeze out the seeds using the back of a knife, so just pressing the knife over the top of the pod. And I do like almost 10 pods because I just love the taste of cardamom. So these are all the ingredients I'm going to be using. And I'll also mention before I get started that my 5th tip is to get familiar with using spices. So using herbs and spices can really transform a meal. Even if you're not making necessarily a curry, which obviously is going to use spices, even if you're just doing roast vegetables on a tray, you can do cauliflower, you can add cumin seeds. If you're just doing sweet potato, you can add plenty of thyme. It's just about getting in all of those different flavors. So that is my 5th and final tip, but I am going to make this curry and I'll show you probably sped up. Hey guys, so we have just finished making our curry. So I have some sweet potato as the base this time for a little bit more carbs. And as we know, Nick is doing a low carb stint at the moment, so he's not going to have any sweet potato, but this looks great anyway. So it's loaded with veggies, heaps of eggplant in there and broccoli. So just going to serve it up and dinner's ready to go. So I've just topped my meal with some coriander as well because we love coriander, hashtag team coriander, and we're just gonna eat outside because it's nice and cool out here. And I think I'll wrap up the video here, guys. So let me know if you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any tips of your own for keeping healthy eating interesting. Be sure to leave them in the comments below. Thumbs up this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, and we will see you in our next video. Bye guys.